just going to tell you her story and about how well she's done. She doesn't really big herself up enough for what she's achieved, but it's been a real privilege to work with Lynn, and it's a real privilege to work with her still, and we're really, really thankful to her for what she does to help us with the Easy Law Suite. So please give her a big warm welcome.
Right. I've always struggled with my weight. As a young child, I was always overweight, and then I got to my teenage years and I lost a bit of weight, started going out, eating boys, and then I put weight on again, so I was a bit of a yo-yo. I went to slimming clubs when I was younger because I was overweight, so I've been up and down most of the time. Then I had my son when I was 20, and after I had him I put on loads of weight. I was up to about 15 stone, and then I went to slimming clubs, so I'd lose it, Slimming World, Weight Watchers, pills, all sorts, shakes, tried them all. Sorry, I'm getting nervous. Yeah, and so I'd lose it. I'm really good at losing weight. I'd get down, lose 6, 7 stone, but I could never keep it off. I'd reach my target weight and think, right, now what do I do? And every time it went back on. And I got to the stage, I've got bad knees, I've had osteoarthritis, so I've had both my knees replaced, which obviously doesn't help when you've got weight problems. So after that, I felt a bit like a cripple really, because I couldn't move very well. I had lots of chest pains, and I used to plod around like an old lady. So my mum was watching TV one day, and she said, this morning there was a thing about hypnotherapy, and some women had lost weight, and I was like, I don't know, I might give that a go. I was weighing up about having a gastric band, paying to have it done because I was getting desperate. So after my mum told me about the hypnotherapy, I googled it and had a little read, and then I found Sue. And I phoned her up, went to see her, and to be honest, I've never looked back. I went to Sue 4 times, didn't I? And it's just been amazing. I haven't struggled. I've kept my weight off now, and it's no effort at all. So it's just a brilliant thing to do. And the easy loss is just so, as it is, easy. 8 stone. Probably about a year in total, but it's just come off so easy, and it's been just so effortless. And I eat things that I would never have eaten before. I eat fruit, and I've never ever touched fruit. I may eat an apple or an orange before, but that was only when I was on a diet. And of course, as soon as I come off the diet, I was like, I'm not eating that rubbish. And now all I do is eat fruit, all sorts of fruit, and plus I don't like cooking either. But now I do cook. I never used to. It was just like oven chips, or I used to love Iceland because it just come out of a packet into the oven. But now I do cook fresh, so that is one achievement.
So how have you got the family?
I have. I've got a husband and a son.
Okay, so how have they adapted with you over the time?
They've still got their own ways. I've got mine. They've got theirs. Although my husband does need to lose some weight, but it's encouraging him.
But he didn't sabotage or you?
He prefers me bigger. But I myself as I am. So this is how I am now. He's learning to live with it.
So what would you say was the biggest thing for you, having lost that weight and kept it off?
I'm fitter. I still have aches and pains because obviously I've got arthritis. That's not going to change, but I'm fitter and I've got so much energy. I'm busy, I'm a nurse, and so I work long hours, sometimes up to 12 hours a day. And I'm on my feet all the time, so I've got loads of energy. And I can walk my dog where I never used to be able to. My mum used to out-walk me. She'd be up the hill and I'd be going, oh my God. And that was when it got to a stage, actually, I think I need to do something.
What type of reactions have you had from like friends and colleagues?
People at work have been just so amazed by the transformation, because I had one of my knees replaced, so I'd been off for actually quite a long time, and that was not long after I'd seen Sue. So when I'd gone back after about 4 months, it was like they didn't recognise me because I'd lost so much weight. So that was quite good.
Well, I know we've been chatting at various. You get to a certain point and everybody says, "Oh, I think you've lost enough. You're looking."
Oh yeah, I've had that all the time. Yeah, there's like, "Oh no, you've lost too much. You're too skinny. You should put some on now. You must be anorexic."
You're making me feel.
Yeah, you must be anorexic, and don't you ever eat? And it was like, I'm fine, thank you, but I take no notice of them.
How do you, when you see like a bigger person, like now babies or son,
I want to help them.
do you?
It's like, I've one of Sue's cards. And I do keep them in my bag, actually.
Do you?
Yeah, and if anyone says to me, God, you've lost a lot of weight, yeah, have one of these if you want to go and see Sue.
It's just so good to hear, like, because I've got quite lots to lose, and to actually meet someone that's done it, it's like, oh wow, like, I can actually do it.
It really is achievable. It really is. It's just so easy.
Was there any point that you struggled with that?
No, not at all. And I've never felt that I'm on a diet, because I still eat takeaways.
Yeah.
I have a Chinese, but you know, me and my husband, we have a set meal. I don't tend to have the chicken balls because it's like covered in batter. It's like, actually, I don't want that. It's not really good for me. I'll have the rice and other bits and pieces. So I'll have KFC. I choose what I want, and when I've had enough, that's it. I won't eat no more.
Did you ever think that it would be possible before?
No, no. But it's just so easy, and I still have my alcohol. And unfortunately, I still do binge occasionally. And I still do overeat sometimes. If I've had a few drinks, and I have eaten a foot-long Subway recently. After a night out. So yeah, I still eat. You know, I don't go without, I'm not deprived. I still go on holiday, I have a really good time. I change the food that I eat to where I am. You know, I don't necessarily go for all the puddings, but I still eat what I want and leave what I don't. It's just so easy. And I've made a lot of money on eBay selling my clothes. I've made about £1,100. And yes, I did have a lot of clothes. and I've still got a lot to go. So that's going to be my Vegas money when I go at the end of the year.
Has anybody else got any other questions to me? She's happy to answer.
But do you do night duty? Or do you just do days?
I have done some nights. I don't do as many now because I'm in management, but I do some.
Is there any adaptations, or is it just purely eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full?
Yeah,
because we've had quite a few postings about that on Facebook. You know, well, I work nights and things like that. You know.
To be honest, it hasn't changed anything really. I go to work prepared. You know, I'll have me fruit, and sometimes I eat it, sometimes I don't. It depends if I'm hungry.
So it's literally
But
just that.
to be honest, food is the last thing on my mind. You know, I just don't even think about the food. Sometimes I think, God, I'm starving. I'm not starving. I'll change that quickly.
We're letting that out.
Think, oh, my stomach's rumbling. I must be hungry. And then it's like, I haven't eaten all day, but I haven't needed to because I wasn't hungry then.
When you were bigger, did you used to like obsess about what I did? Don't anymore, but
Yeah.
you would just obsess about food. I'd wake up in the morning and be like, oh, what will I have for dinner? And it's just constantly, were you the same?
Yeah, all the time.
It's crazy.
And I used to be a bit of a secret eater as well. So I'd like, if I had a packet of chocolate biscuits, I would eat them all, and then I think, oh my God, I can't tell people that I've eaten them all. So I'd go and buy another packet, and if there was some out of it, I'd have to eat them as well, so that people didn't know that I'd eaten a whole packet. Otherwise, so you'd have to cover it up.
Yeah.
So I used to do that all the time. You'll get there. You will. It is easy. It is achievable.
So easy.
Yeah. And I do feel so much healthier as well. It does make you feel better.
Do you feel proud of yourself?
Yeah, I do.
It is such an achievement, and people don't really process how well they've done. I know when we first spoke after you'd lost weight, you still didn't really appreciate how well you'd done.
I still don't, I don't think.
You're getting there.
But yeah, I
Sorry.
still get a bit embarrassed.
Lynn, can I just ask, do you have a sort of a size in mind when you were going through the process? Do you have an idea in your head, an image of how you wanted to look, or a goal of where you wanted to be, or was it just a process that you sort of thought, well, I need to get on this journey?
I just knew I couldn't stay as big as I was. And originally my target was like 12 stone. If I could get to 12 stone, that's quite average size, I would have been quite happy. But as it was, because it was just so easy, and I'm not on a diet, and I've literally just changed the way that I eat. So I haven't planned to be how I am now. It's just how I am.
So it's just kind of happened.
It's
almost
just
like
happened,
a natural process.
and now I've plateaued. I've been like this for quite a long time now, quite about 6 months, I think, haven't I? Since I've, and this is, I don't even bother really weighing myself anymore. Very occasionally I'll get on the scales and I think, well, I'll just see how I am. But to be honest, like Sue said, if my clothes fit and I feel good, why weigh myself?
Some fit healthy people don't weigh themselves consistently.
Yeah, because you don't need to, and like Sue said, your weight fluctuates anyway, so you don't really need to get on the scales as long as you feel good. Because you could beat yourself up over a couple of pounds. You think, oh God, I put on £2, but you could do that without. If you don't weigh yourself, you wouldn't know anyway. And then you feel really bad if you have, don't you? Because you think, oh God, I put on a couple of pounds. I feel really awful now. But sometimes it's just your body, fluid retention, the lot. So there's no point weighing yourself.
I just find it quite funny because we come into this world having a weight, but nobody weighs us as we go out.
No.
Nobody says on the tube, saying, oh my God, she weighed 120 pounds, 170.
You have to take
We
the
weighed
weight.
72 when we were out. But that's it, the obsession is there, isn't it? It's like, the weight, you've got to see how much you weigh. But, when you leave this world, nobody goes, wait a minute, where am I?
Yeah. I mean, some people say to me, oh, you've lost enough weight now, you must stop. I said, but I'm not on a diet. How can I stop something that I'm not even doing?
Yeah.
Somebody said that to me. When are you going to stop? Stop what?
Yeah.
Living?
What Luna has said is really important. It's a lifestyle choice. It's a way of eating. And why would you stop doing it? You eat when you're hungry. You stop when you're no longer hungry. You steady out at weight. You don't continue. You haven't lost any more weight.
No.
Your weight,
This is how I am.
the way you eat stays the same. It's just a natural way of eating. So, some people say, oh, how do you know when to stop? How do you know when enough's enough? But if you put fuel in when you're hungry and you stop when you're no longer hungry, your body just processes the food that you're using. And your weight does stay the same. You're not going to become anorexic. You're not going to waste away. You're not going to slim down further